Namaste friends, my name is Amit Garg. Welcome to my channel VedicAstrology. Today we'll discuss Rahu's transit in the nakshatra of Purva, but just the portion in Pisces. So Rahu is always retrograde. It'll enter Purva at the end, at 30 degrees. And so first it'll go over the fourth quarter of Purva that lies in the sign of Pisces during these 3 months. So from February 25 through May 29th this year. And that's when Rahu will actually enter the sign of Aquarius. It'll shift from Pisces to Aquarius, and that it'll continue its journey in Purva after May 29th, but in the sign of Aquarius. So that'll be a very different energy. We'll discuss that in a separate video. In this one, we're simply discussing the first quarter of Purva, the first phase of Rahu in Purva. Now, as always, we'll discuss the energy of the nakshatra, the deity, the energy of the planet, and the energy of the sign, and then combine all of those. We'll go one by one, all the 12 rising signs. Purva, remember, it is a very fierce spiritual nakshatra, and Rahu is material success. So this is a perfect combination of this energy, this ambition, this drive to succeed in the external world, that's Rahu, combined with the deity of Purva, that's Aj Ekpad, that's a very spiritual nakshatra. So Aj Ekpad, that's the deity, is one-legged goat. You see here the image. It's the goat, it's the fierce form of Shiva. It's the incarnation of Rudra that is standing on one leg for thousands of years doing sadhana, doing spiritual work, doing tapasya. So the goal is spiritual upliftment. That's the energy of this nakshatra. So this will be very, very powerful. So Rahu has been in the sign of Pisces for a while, but now this last phase will be deeply spiritual transformation. So we'll see the blessings for all of the 12 rising signs one by one. Before that, if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And also request, if you are interested in learning astrology, authentic astrology, practical, how to apply that in the real charts, join our courses. You can look at the courses at VedicAstrology.com. And also, if you're interested in consultation, you can book that online as well. First, we'll look at the sign of Aries, Aries Lagna. We're talking about Aries rising sign. So for this, Rahu will be in Purva from February 24th through May 29th. In fact, this is just the first quarter. So Rahu enters each nakshatra from the back, from the end of the nakshatra, because it's going retrograde. So it will go through the last quarter of Purva first. That is the entirely lies in the sign of Pisces, the beginning of Pisces, 3 degrees 20 minutes of Pisces. So this is the last phase of Rahu in Pisces. Usually during the last phase, planets give very, very strong results, very positive results as per their nature. And so this is taking place in your 12th house. Okay. Now, Purva, let's understand, first of all, is ruled by Aja Ekpad, is the Rudra, the fierce form of Shiva, is one-legged goat who's like doing tapasya, sadhana for like millions of years, standing on one leg. So that's the energy. So that's that kind of spiritual power, intense sadhana, and one pointed focus, and also stability. That's the idea. So there will be a lot of stability around your 12th house matters. First of all, literally, you could actually discover, dream of like big ideas. Solutions will come to your dreams, in your dreams, or in your sleep. So you'll have eureka moments, light bulb in your dreams, be the next Einstein. So big discoveries in your dreams, so your subconscious mind will be totally active. Then there'll be unconventional spirituality. You'll be fearless in your exploration. Rahu is fearless, and combined with this fearless energy of Aj Ekpad, very powerful focus on spiritual exploration. That is the 12th house. There'll be connection with foreign people, foreign places. So explore all of those, opportunities. Also, like unconventional spirituality, unconventional investments. You can make investments in foreign countries, but very different kind of unconventional investments. But also at the same time, there'll be a huge connection with people from other planes of existence, like ancestors, astral travel, past life regression. Those will be very, very powerful for you during this period. So those are all the blessings you'll have, Aries rising. Rahu will give you huge blessings as it's leaving the sign of Pisces, and those are all going to be in the areas of your spiritual development, subconscious mind, intuition, connection with the ancestors, and then making big discoveries. And do look at big investments because this is the time for like ethical investments. Ajay Ekapad is very, very fierce, one-pointed focus on deep spiritual progress. And Rahu is unconventional. Now, Rahu, it generally could give you illusion or even lead you to like unethical means of achieving results. But here, Ajay Ekapad and this combination of Rahu and Ajay Ekapad, absolutely fantastic, where you'll have all the energy of Rahu, but channeled in the right direction. So ethical investments and good, solid, ways of making money, but through spiritual means also. So that's indicates that's Rahu in Purva, the fourth pada. For the sign of Aries. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And also join courses if you want to learn deep, deep astrology, all these secrets of this ancient wisdom. Thanks for watching. Next is Taurus rising, Taurus Lagna. For Taurus ascendant, we are looking at Rahu's transit in the nakshatra of Purva Bhadrapad. It's in the fourth pada. That's the last phase of Purva Bhadrapad because Rahu always goes retrograde. So it enters each nakshatra from the back, from the last portion, the last pada. So this is going to be the final phase of Rahu in Pisces. Final few months from February 24th through May 29th. It gives a planet when it's leaving, especially the slow moving planets, when they're leaving a sign, they give very, very powerful results. So what's happening is Rahu will be in your 11th house. Now, Bhadrapada, ruled by Ajay Ekapad, who's a fierce form of Shiva, one-legged goat, is the form of Rudra. And so there's intense tapasya, intense sadhana, deep, deep, deep spiritual inclination. And Rahu is a maverick. Rahu is all the energy. So first of all, that means you will develop maybe unconventional networks and social circles, especially on the social media. So you'll literally disrupt social media, possibly. You'll disrupt financial systems. The 11th house is the gains and the finances and the income. You'll also have huge technology breakthroughs to solve the problem or the issues or the problems of the humanity. So you'll discover like this new age or absolutely fantastic, like creative ways of solving problems and also organizing people, these grassroots organizations, but very like unconventional networks also. Now, this is taking place in the 11th house. That means 11th house is our desires. So there'll be a healthy balance between material and the spiritual desires. So you'll achieve both material success and spiritual progress during this transit. The idea is you will not sit still because Ajay Ekpad, Purabhadrapad is there. There'll be this itch, this huge, restlessness to make changes, and those in the 11th house matters. So organizing people and finances and social media, you'll have lots of new ideas. And think big. Rahu is huge, huge, big projects, big ideas, big ways of solving problems. So think big in terms of your 11th house matters, and a good combination of spiritual and material energies. So if you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe, and also join our courses. We have beginners, advanced, all those courses you can check out on the website VedicAstrology.com. So that's for the sign of Taurus. Next is Gemini rising, Gemini Lagna. Gemini ascendant. We're talking about Rahu's transit through the nakshatra of Purabhadrapad. And now Purabhadrapad, ruled by Ajay Ekpad, who is the one-legged goat. He's the fierce form of Shiva. It's a very, very deeply spiritual energy. Intense tapasya, intense sadhana. So deep focus on spiritual progress. And like, so this makes like huge, big visionary leaders. So Rahu will be transiting through your 10th house. Now, this is the video just for the fourth pada. That'll be from February 24th through May 29th. Rahu enters each nakshatra at the end, at the back, right? So it'll go through the fourth quarter of the nakshatra first. So we're discussing that. And that's the last phase of Pisces. So whenever a planet leaves a sign, it gives huge, very strong results. So you'll see all of that. So that means first, your 10th house is activated in a big way. There'll be focus on hard work. intense, work, focus on improvement, and also you'll be like the solo force of change. You may bring huge changes in your profession, in your business, in your work environment, but you may have to go alone because Ajay it's like the one-legged goat. Um, but there'll be like unconventional thinking and in terms of making this change, and also you'll have very inclusive attitude. You'll uh, work with all the stakeholders to bring about huge radical changes in your work environment. So there will be more focus on spirituality and ethical ways of doing things, and also uh, you'll come across as a leader, as a visionary, but in a very ethical manner. So like an ethical leader who wants to help everybody and kind of focus on like triple bottom line, people, planet, and profits, all the three things together. And then also there will be a lot of focus on work-life balance because Rahu is like pulling you or pushing you to really go to the next level in your career through ethical means, being more spiritually grounded, but going it all alone, like this solo force. And so that's why, but you have to balance your work with your personal life as well. Now, there could also be challenges with the authorities, kind of like situations like whistleblowing, so you may have to rise. This is like, you'll have this urge to make changes for the better. So you will not tolerate any unethical ways of doing things or, shady things, practices in your business, in your work. So there'll be very transformative period for you. So that means caution is there may be issues with the authorities, with the resistance, if there is people who are not doing ethical things. But rest assured, you'll be like this magnetic leader. That's the attraction, this um, attraction of Rahu, but with the support and energy of Aja Ekpad, the fierce form of Shiva. And think big, bring about like huge change, big projects, big ideas, new innovative ways of doing things in your profession because Rahu is huge. Rahu is everything big, big, big. So that's for the Gemini rising. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe, and join courses if you want to learn astrology, VedicAstrology.com. Next is Cancer, rising Cancer Lagna. We're discussing Rahu in Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra. Rahu will enter this nakshatra on February 24th, 2025. And as we know, it always goes backwards. So it'll be entering from the back, from the end of this nakshatra. So that's why the fourth pada, just the last quarter. And so that'll be the last phase of Rahu in Pisces before it enters the sign of Aquarius. So Purva it's ruled by Aja Ekpad. That's the deity for Purva. Aja Ekpad is one-legged goat that is a fierce form of Rudra. And it's a very, very intensely spiritual nakshatra. The goal is spiritual evolution. And one of the symbols is a sword that signifies sharp intellect and ability to cut through illusion. And also, it's associated with Agni. So there's a lot of tapasya, a lot of sadhana, a lot of stability and resilience, and just doing one-pointed, focused sadhana. And so Rahu is going to be in that nakshatra in your ninth house for Cancer rising. Ninth house is all our spirituality, our spiritual path, our gurus, our teachers. So that means we'll have unconventional belief system. Number one, Rahu is unconventional. Ninth house is belief system. And then there'll be a lot of innovation in spirituality, maybe developing big partnerships, for spiritual purposes, working on big projects for the cause of, your spiritual belief. See, Rahu is all the ambition and the highest energy. It's a lot of effort. And then Purva Bhadrapada is extremely spiritual nakshatra. So this combination will give you all the energy to make revolutionary changes in your spiritual path, in the whole, world of religion or higher studies. This is a great time. You may actually enroll in some, unconventional studies or courses. And then also doing big things like maybe constructing huge temples. That's the ninth house. You may become a teacher, you may become a guru, that too, with a twist, unconventional kind of a guru. And then also, ninth house is our bhagya, our luck. And so Rahu here in Purva Bhadrapad, your luck will shine upon you if you do a lot of intense spiritual work. There'll be a lot of focus on ethics and morals and righteousness. Dharma will prevail because Rahu will not accept defeat. Rahu will work tirelessly. They'll be supported by the energy, intense energy, spiritual energy of Ajay Ekpad, the deity of Purva Bhadrapad. So Cancer people will be sort of like spiritual warriors, bringing about change for dharma, for religion, for their spiritual belief in a positive way through their own efforts. Sometimes going solo because Aj Ekpad is just one-legged goat standing alone for thousands of years doing sadhana for standing for what is right. So follow your dharma, follow your path, and miracles will happen. This is a very powerful alignment of Rahu and Aj Ekpad's energy. So that's for the sign of Cancer. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to learn astrology, you can join our courses, VedicAstrology.com. Also, you can book a consultation there. Next is Leo rising, Leo Lagna, Leo ascendant. We're discussing Rahu's transit through the nakshatra Purva Bhadrapad. Rahu goes backwards, so it'll enter the nakshatra from the back. So that's why it'll go over the fourth pada first. And that is the section in the sign of Pisces. So Rahu will be in your eighth house during this transit. Purva Bhadrapad, ruled by Aj Ekpad, is one-legged goat, the fierce form of Shiva. It's an incarnation of Rudra, doing tapasya, sadhana, standing on one leg for like thousands of years. So it's a deeply spiritual energy. Spiritual upliftment is the main goal. And of course, we're talking about the eighth house, which is all about esoteric wisdom. And Rahu is, fearless. Rahu is a maverick. Rahu in the eighth house in general gives you this power to go deep. So this period you may see deep interest in tantric wisdom, very spiritual secrets that are not visible or available to most people. This will make you a fearless spiritual warrior. Uh, Earlier, there may be fear of the unknown. That's also a possibility with Rahu in the eighth house. But this combination and the power and the support of Aj Ekpad will actually make you fearless. So you'll be breaking the norms. You'll be reinventing, these siddhis, and you'll be discovering the wealth of spiritual wisdom. Then eighth house is also, big finances, inheritance, and shared resources, financial management. So you'll be probably rediscovering or completely overhauling the financial system. Bringing in more ethical ways of managing money. That's Rahu plus Aj Ekpad. There'll be a lot of focus on research. There'll be huge secrets that will be uncovered during this transit. This is the transit that you see like massive these scandals or getting resolved or truth coming to surface because it's a perfect combination of the energy of Rahu, tireless energy, ambition, and this force of Rahu aligned with the spiritual inclination of Ekpad, the founder, spiritual foundation is there. So all the eighth house matters, ethical finances, ethical ways of, leading our life in general. So all the secrets may come to surface. But this could possibly give a lot of like windfall of money, big chunks of money to a lot of people, Leo rising people. Your eighth house is going to give you really balanced results. Spirituality and material success both will be taking place. So if there are any secrets or unethical things going on in your life, then you have to be careful. Everything will come clean during this transit. This is deeply, cleansing, doing research and figuring out what makes sense and what's your purpose. deep spiritual awakening, doing guided meditations and energy healing, hypnotherapy. Those things will take you far. And any other, deeply spiritual, esoteric subjects that you're interested in, this is a perfect time for that. So that's for Leo rising. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe, and also join our courses, VedicAstrology.com. You can also book a consultation there. So that's for the sign of Leo. Next is Virgo rising, Virgo Lagna. We're discussing Rahu in the nakshatra of Purva Bhadrapada. And Rahu enters each nakshatra from the back, from the end of the nakshatra. So first we'll go over the fourth pada, and that's entirely in the sign of Pisces. So that's 3 degrees and 20 minutes. So that's the last phase of Rahu in the sign of Pisces before it enters into Aquarius. So that's taking place in your seventh house. Purva Bhadrapada is ruled by Aja Ekpad, that's the deity, a very fierce, intensely fierce form of Rudra. It's one-legged goat, goat standing on one leg, and that's the image. It's doing tapasya, doing sadhana, doing meditation for thousands of years. So intensely spiritual energy, spiritual awakening, Kundalini awakening. Those are the themes of this nakshatra. So seventh house, Rahu in Purva Bhadrapada means you will have. You'll be the solo, could be the pillar of support in your relationships. You'll uplift the whole relationship. You'll uplift both you and your partner. You might develop unconventional partnerships that'll have deeply spiritual foundation. You have to think big. You may enter into big partnerships, both personal and in a business setting. And there will be a conflict between the spiritual and the material aspects of your connection, of your relationship, but ultimately there'll be focus on being like a spiritual warrior, but together as a partner. So in your partnerships, you'll see huge influx of spirituality, but there'll be unconventional partnerships also, like very different kind of setting. But there'll be a lot of hard work. So you have to do a lot of hard work in your relationship during this transit. Otherwise, it may blow up. Otherwise, there could be Maya, illusion, confusion with Rahu being there. But otherwise, if you put in your hard work, which is like, this image of Aj Ekpat standing on one leg for thousands of years, doing work solo, nothing, no support from anybody else. So in your relationship, don't expect support during this transit. Be the support, be the foundation, be that Aj Ekpat. Then your relationship will flourish and you'll have huge, massive partnerships. They'll go a long way in your life. So that's what's happening for the sign of Virgo. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe, and also join courses, learn astrology. You can check out details, VedicAstrology.com. You can also book a consultation there. Next, we have Libra rising, Libra Lagna. For Libra, Rahu will be in your sixth house. It has been in your sixth house, but now, as of February 24th, it will enter the sign of the nakshatra of Purva Bhadrapada. And as we know, Rahu is always retrograde, so it'll be entering at the end, the last pada. So first, it'll go over the last quarter of Purva Bhadrapada. And that is entirely in the sign of Pisces. And then it goes over to Aquarius as of May 29th. So these about 3 months period, Rahu will be in Purva Bhadrapada in your sixth house. Purva Bhadrapada is ruled by Aj Ekpad, that's the one-legged goat. That's the fierce form of Rudra, doing intense tapasya, sadhana. It's a very deeply spiritual nakshatra. Rahu is the planet of material success, but it's also courage and a lot of hard work. Rahu is a maverick. So this is a perfect combination where we have a lot of energy to do spiritual upliftment, deep spiritual work, intense sadhana. So that's all Rahu in Purva Bhadrapada. So in the sixth house, first of all, this is absolutely critical or powerful placement to annihilate, to completely destroy your external enemies and your inner demons. You'll be taking care of your shadripus, your 6 weaknesses. So work on your health routine, your dinacharya, your daily routine. You'll be very, very successful. Rahu will give you all the strength to overcome all your 6 weaknesses, shadripus. And any external enemies that includes like any legal issues, legal cases, or obstacles in your life in general. And then in your job, sixth house represents the job that we do. So you'll be very successful in, you'll do a lot of unconventional things, very innovation. And but all of that, all of your work will be based on a spiritual foundation. You'll be very ethical in your dealings. So this won't be like the regular Maya illusion of Rahu. This will have a spiritual foundation. But you'll do a lot of hard work, like solo, you'll do all of that work standing on one leg, literally, doing intense work. So you'll be very, very laborious in your job, in your profession, but very unconventional, innovative. But all this while, you'll do things ethically with a spiritual foundation. So if you do that, if you put in the hard work, if you put in all that sadhana, that tapasya, you'll have huge success. So this will bring massive success in your career, in your job. Rahu in the sixth house also, uh, you may actually set up big foundations and big, as in non-profit organizations, to help other people. Sixth house represents service to other people. And then it's also a good period to, sit in some competitions or any competitive exams is a great period for that. Sixth house represents our health as well. And if you are having any health issues, this period will actually help give you all the strength and power to overcome health issues that have been going on. So taking care of your health, wonderful for job opportunities, or in your job, in your profession, and taking care of enemies, inner and external. So that's what's happening for the sign of Libra. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And you can book a consultation at VedicAstrology.com. You can also join our courses, live online courses at VedicAstrology.com. Next is Scorpio rising. We're discussing Rahu's transit in the nakshatra Bhadrapada. Rahu will enter this nakshatra as of February 24th. And as always, Rahu enters the nakshatra from the back, from the end. So first it'll go over the fourth pada that resides in the sign of Pisces. So that's the last phase of Rahu in Pisces. It'll remain here for about 3 months. And so that period will be, Rahu will be in your fifth house. First of all, do not have any expectations from your romantic partner or from your children during this phase. Because Purva, the deity is Aja Ekpa, that's the one-legged goat, standing on one leg. It's the fierce form of Shiva. It's the incarnation of Rudra. And so doing sadhana, standing on one leg, doing all your intense tapasya for thousands of years. That's the image, that's the energy of this nakshatra. Deeply spiritual, but doing things on your own, intense hard work. So do things, be the support, be this resilience and this stability, and this power, spiritual foundation in your romantic relationship. Don't expect anything. So do things for the other person. Same thing for your children also. Be this support, this huge, gigantic spiritual foundation for your children in their life. And they may also undergo this spiritual transformation during this period, your children or your romantic partner also. This is a period which may also give you like windfall of money in the stock market possible, uh, and because if you're doing things in an ethical manner. But again, this is not a financial advice by any means, but there'll be positive energies there. This will be massively creative period. Uh, Unconventional creativity. You'll create things with almost, you can say, eccentric creative energy. You'll also have a lot of intelligence, your buddhi, your very sharp intellect, because Aja Ekpa, this nakshatra is also associated with fire element, Agni. And then um, you can also do studies or enroll in some unconventional courses. Fifth house is also education, especially you can say college education. So excellent for learning new things, and doing things in a very creative manner, innovation, unconventional manner. But this is a force, like the Rahu is the energy, and Purva Bhadrapada is the spiritual foundation and spiritual transformation, and a lot of hard work. So you have all of that wonderful combinations that'll really activate your fifth house. So that's for the sign of Scorpio, Scorpio Lagna, Scorpio rising. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And also join our course if you want to learn astrology, VedicAstrology.com. You can also book a consultation there. Next is Sagittarius rising. We're discussing Rahu in the nakshatra Purva Bhadrapad. Rahu will enter this nakshatra on February 24th, 2025. And as we know, Rahu is always going backwards or retrograde. So it enters the nakshatra at the end. So first it'll go over the fourth pada, the last quarter. That resides in the sign of Pisces. That'll be in your fourth house. So Rahu will be in your fourth house during these 3 months. That's the last phase of Rahu in Pisces before it enters the sign of Aquarius. So Aj Ekpad, that's the deity for Purva Bhadrapad. Aj Ekpad is a one-legged goat. You know, this goat standing on one leg, it's a fierce form of Shiva. It's the form of Rudra, doing intense tapasya sadhana for thousands of years. And so this is a very deeply spiritual nakshatra. And Rahu is the energy, it's the hard work. Rahu is ambition. So you'll have huge success. Now, all of this happening in your fourth house. That means first of all, you will be the pillar. You will be this foundation for your family members in your home environment, in your domestic life. Because as Ekpat, it's like one-legged goat going solo, you know, not expecting anything from anybody else. So during this period, one recommendation is do not expect anything from your family members, but you yourself be that support, that pillar for them. Then you'll also you may have huge success in real estate. Rahu will give you all the energy with the foundation of Aj Ekpad. Maybe you may change residence, you may go to a bigger home, you may purchase a home for yourself, or in general, better success in real estate. There'll be this restlessness, this itch to change things, you know, in your home environment. So you won't be like satisfied. There won't be this settled energy. That you want something different. You want to achieve this long-lasting spiritual upliftment because of this Agni, this fire energy of Aj Ekpat. Your mother may undergo transformation, deeply spiritual transformation. But yes, your domestic life may be seem like turmoil, a lot of change and shift happening. But there'll be, so you can say, intense like inner turmoil. But there'll be huge quest for long-lasting happiness, for fulfillment in life. So there'll be transformation at the core. So you may also incorporate some Vastu remedies for your home, for your residence, because of this transit. But this is deeply spiritual, shaking you at the core. That's the fourth house, your inner peace. But there'll be also focus on work-life balance, because fourth house, Rahu, will push you towards seeking inner happiness. But then Ketu in the 10th house at the same time. So you have to have a balance, strike a balance between your domestic life and your profession. So that's the energy of Rahu in the Purva Bhadrapad, the last quarter in the sign of Pisces for Sagittarius rising. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And also, you can book a consultation at VedicAstrology.com. And also, you can join courses if you want to learn astrology. There's lots of courses we have online. You can join at VedicAstrology.com. So that's for the sign of Sagittarius. Next, we have the sign of Capricorn, Capricorn Lagna, Makar Lagna. For Makar, Rahu is in your third house. So we're discussing Rahu's transit in the nakshatra Purva Bhadrapad. Purva Bhadrapad, the deity is Aj Ekpad. That's the one-legged goat. That's a fierce form of Shiva. It's a Rudra incarnation. And that is standing on one leg, doing this tapasya sadhana, intense spiritual practice for thousands of years. That's the energy of this nakshatra. And so Rahu will have all the power. Rahu loves being in the third house. Rahu has been sitting in your third house for a while, but now this is the last phase. A planet gives really strong results as it leaves the sign, especially Rahu and Shani, these harsh planets. So this is a powerful period where your third house will be activated, but not in the normal Rahu fashion, but in the fashion of Purva Bhadrapad, which is a very deeply spiritual nakshatra. So you'll have very strong results. That means, first of all, excellent time for learning some new skills. Rahu will give you these blessings to learn and master some new skills or improve upon your existing skills, especially with the hands, you know, playing an instrument or cooking or anything to do with your hands. And then communication. Rahu will make you this absolute like a marketing genius, you can say. So this will be fantastic to do all sorts of communication, like, you know, media, journalism or writing, especially writing. That's we do with the hands. But the energy of this is going alone. Be the foundation for other people. Do not expect anything from other people with respect to the third house matters for Capricorn rising, because as Ekpad is like standing alone on one leg for thousands of years doing tapasya. So doing things on your own, taking things in your hands, and then you'll also develop social circles, like networking within the city, but in a very unconventional manner. Innovation in communication, that's the key. Innovation in communication. You may also travel a lot, short distance travel within the city. It'll be very, very powerful. You'll develop these sort of like grassroots organizations or connections with people at a very deep spiritual level. Now, also with your younger siblings or with your close friends or with your neighbors, you'll develop these partnerships. But if there is any secretive stuff going on with your siblings or close friends or your neighbors, and also in terms of your communication with marketing or sales in your company or in your business, those things will suffer. So there will be totally like spiritual transformation, ethical means of doing things, doing communication and dealing with your younger siblings, all of that. So Ajay Ekpad will not tolerate any unethical behavior. So Rahu's Maya illusion will actually be transformed into spiritual upliftment and spiritual foundation and doing deep sadhana, deep tapasya. So that's what's going on for Capricorn rising. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And also, you can join courses if you're interested in learning astrology. You can check out at VedicAstrology.com. You can also book a consultation if you're interested. Next is Aquarius rising. That's Kumbh Lagna. For Aquarius rising people, Rahu has been transiting through your second house. And this is the last phase, the final phase of Rahu in the sign of Pisces in your second house. And that's going to be in the nakshatra of Purva Bhadrapad. In fact, the last quarter of Purva Bhadrapad, that is in Pisces, before Rahu goes over to your Lagna in the first house. So as we know, Rahu is always retrograde, so it enters the nakshatra at the end. So these 3 months, about approximately 3 months, Rahu will be in the second house. Purva Bhadrapad, this is the nakshatra of spiritual upliftment. The deity is Aj Ekpad. That's one-legged goat. A goat standing on one leg. It's the fierce form of Shiva. It's an incarnation of it's a Rudra incarnation, and so that goat, that image, that's standing on one leg for thousands of years doing tapasya, doing deep sadhana. So this is the whole idea, spiritual upliftment. So Rahu there means Rahu is all the energy and ambition and hard work combined with the hard work of Aj Ekpad. This will completely transform your second house. First of all, there'll be big opportunities for making tons of money through ethical means. Ethical financing. That's going to be the theme. Now, also, second house is our Kutumbastan. That's family in general, and so you will become the support, and that's a recommendation. Also, you be the support for your family. Do not expect any support from anybody else, because Aj Ekpad is one-legged goat standing by himself and doing this tapasya for thousands of years. So do the hard work. Be this solo crusader. Your family connections may be tested during this time. So if they don't have a good spiritual foundation, those may not last. And then also, there'll be unconventional ways of making money. You may also get a lot of abundance, financial contracts or projects or ways of making them through foreign sources. Rahu is the planet of foreign people, foreign culture, foreign places. And then your speech will also be transformed. You will be a speaker. Rahu is going to make you like this powerful speaker, but that'll come from a very deep spiritual place. Your voice, your words, your speech will have a deep spiritual, solid spiritual foundation. So be a speaker. You'll have huge success. Rahu will make you go places. If you speak, if you share your words, then that could be at any level within your family or within your with your co-workers or at a larger scale, on social media. So Rahu will make you a big speaker and like a spiritual crusader, but sharing your or making change through your speech. And then also with respect to the food and diet, normally Rahu in the second house may actually make you eat junk food or old food or stale food. But here, because of the energy of Aj Ekpad, you will have this spiritual inclination to improve your diet, improve your food intake and all of that. So all these areas of the second house will have huge blessings of Aj Ekpad. But it's a very spiritual, it's a huge transformation. So it's not easy. It's not going to be an easy transit, but a lot of shifts, but all with the foundation of Aj Ekpad and blessings of Aj Ekpad. So that's what's happening for Aquarius Lagna. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And join courses if you want to learn astrology, VedicAstrology.com. Also, you can book a consultation there. Next is Pisces Lagna. For Pisces Lagna, of course, Rahu has been in your Lagna, in your first house. So this is going to be intense for you. Rahu will be entering Purva Bhadrapada as of February 24th, 2025. As we know, Rahu is always retrograde, so that means it enters the nakshatra at the end. So it will first go over the fourth pada. So only the fourth pada of Purva Bhadrapada lies in Pisces. So this is the last phase of Rahu in Pisces. It'll give you huge blessings. Your whole being will transform. Purva Bhadrapada is ruled by the deity is Aj Ekpad. Okay, in the nakshatra, the most important thing is deity. It's not the sign ruler and all that people see. And nakshatras normally do not rule, are not ruled by a planet, but you just look at the energy of the deity. Aj Ekpad is one-legged goat standing on one leg for thousands of years. It's a form of Rudra. It's a fierce form of Shiva, doing tapasya, doing sadhana, doing intense spiritual work for thousands of years, standing on one leg. So this is huge spiritual transformation. You will be a different person. So balance will be the key for you, like standing on one leg, literally balancing your whole life, your existence, balance in all areas of life. That'll be the theme for you. That's a recommendation, also remedy. You'll This will showcase a very unique and almost eccentric personality will come across. You'll have like complex identity. You may have unconventional looks, but there'll be like this magnetic or hypnotic or mysterious aura or presence. You'll have a very magnetic presence. Um, but there'll be a lot of intense energy because Rahu is ambition, Rahu is energy, constantly change and transformation. And there could be a lot of restlessness, this urge to make change. So you won't be satisfied with status quo. You want to make change in your whole life, in your whole being. There could be a lot of detoxification, like healing, health routines, panchakarma. A lot of illusions about yourself will be destroyed. You'll be a new person. You'll have huge blessings because it's a powerful combination of Rahu, which is, maverick, unconventional, wants to make things better, supported with the powerful spiritual energy of Aj Ekpad, the deity of Purva Bhadrapada. So this will be nothing less than a complete spiritual transformation in your personality, in who you are, and you also as a person coming across to other people. So that's your first house, your personality. And also, there'll be a lot of focus on health, also, your improvement in your health. You'll take things in your own hands. You won't depend on anybody else because Aj Ekpad is standing solo, on one leg without anybody else's support. So you'll be fearless. You'll have a lot of courage to do things, going alone, taking care of yourself, your health, and your personality, your being, and spiritual upliftment. So that's going to be a massive transit for you. Make use of this, do more spiritual sadhana, spiritual work, especially Pisces rising. So that's for the sign of Pisces. If you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to join courses, learn astrology, you can join on our website, VedicAstrology.com. You can also book a consultation there. And thanks for watching.